For some time now, Barcelona's gameplay has been the talk of the town, especially with the improvements under Hansi Flick's leadership. The whole world is watching young talents like Lamine Yamal, Pau Cubarsí, Gavi, Olmo, Marc Casado, Marc Bernal, Alejandro Balde, and others show their incredible capabilities and skills. People are saying Barcelona is blessed to have such talent from their youth academy, something other clubs can only dream of. But is it really luck? Or is it the fruit of seeds planted 45 years ago, which have produced talents for Barcelona before and continue to do so today, and will for years to come? Yes, I'm talking about the world's greatest youth academy, La Masia. This academy has been consistently nurturing young talents for Barcelona, year after year. La Masia is like a well that never runs dry, always producing gems like Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Piqué, Lamine Yamal, Gavi, and many more. Just look at the recent 30-man shortlist for the 2024 Ballon d'Or. If you ask me who I'd put in the top 5, I'd say Lautaro, Vini, Bellingham, Rodri, and Mbappe. But let's rewind 13 years to 2010, when the top 3 were Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta. It was the first time in Ballon d'Or history that all 3 finalists were from the same club, Barcelona, and they were all La Masia graduates. And the person announcing their names? None other than Pep Guardiola, the greatest manager of modern football, who himself is a La Masia graduate, a Barcelona legend, and arguably their greatest coach. This is just a glimpse of La Masia's capabilities. Let's take a journey through the history of La Masia. The name La Masia in Spanish means the farmhouse. Many assume it means the academy. But the reason it's called La Masia is because it was built on the grounds of an old farmhouse in 1979. La Masia is the world's first football academy. But it's not just an academy for football. They provide full education, guidance, and personal development. It was created with the contributions of 3 key figures: Jaume Amat, who proposed the idea, Oriol Tort, who was in charge of the facility, and Barcelona president Josep Núñez, who approved the plan in 1978. La Masia officially opened in October 1979, but it took them almost 10 years to find their true identity. Fast forward to 1987, and Núñez was going through a rough patch as president. His board and members had lost faith in him due to controversy, so he appointed Johan Cruyff as Barcelona's manager, even though they didn't get along. Why? Because despite their differences, Núñez knew that if anyone could revive the club, it was Cruyff, the man who had left Barcelona years before because of a falling out with Núñez. Cruyff's appointment brought sweeping changes no one saw coming. And there was another man behind this transformation: Lorenzo Luis. Even before La Masia was established, Luis was working with the youth team and coaching them in a famous tactical style, 4-3-3 total football. But his frustration was that whenever La Masia players reached the first team, they struggled to adapt to a new system. That's where Cruyff made a bold decision. He adapted Luis's tactics and implemented the 4-3-3 style throughout every team at the club. This way, players coming from La Masia would already know the system and fit in seamlessly with the first team. Cruyff also changed Barcelona's recruitment philosophy, insisting on scouting shorter, more technical players, who he believed fit his style better. Just imagine if Cruyff hadn't changed this. Barcelona might never have brought Lionel Messi to La Masia, and we might never have witnessed the greatest player of all time. All thanks to Cruyff, yet again. Between 1987 and 1994, Barcelona graduated 32 players from La Masia. When Barcelona won their first ever Champions League title in 1992, 2 La Masia graduates, Albert Ferrer and Pep Guardiola, were in the starting lineup. Today, Pep Guardiola is one of the best football managers in the world, walking the path laid by Cruyff and turning Barcelona into the perfect footballing machine. In 2008, Guardiola was appointed Barcelona's first team manager, and his modern take on Cruyff's style took Barcelona to unimaginable heights. In both the 2009 and 2011 Champions League finals, 7 La Masia graduates were in Barcelona's starting mule. And in 2009, Barcelona achieved the sextuple, winning all 6 major trophies in a single season. And it wasn't just Barcelona dominating football. La Masia's influence stretched to international football as well. In 2010, Spain won the FIFA World Cup, playing a brand of football inspired by Barcelona's tiki-taka style. The foundation of that team? 6 La Masia graduates: Puyol, Piqué, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, and Pedro. And of course, it was Andrés Iniesta, a product of La Masia, who scored the winning goal in the final to crown Spain champions for the first time in history. La Masia didn't just shape the future of Barcelona, it shaped the future of world football. And on November 25th, 2012, Barcelona made history when Martin Montoya came on as a substitute for Dani Alves. For the first time ever, Barcelona had 11 La Masia graduates on the field at the same time. Barcelona's last Champions League trophy came in 2015, during Luis Enrique's tenure in the era of the famous MSN trio, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. That was Barcelona's golden era, but after that, things started to go downhill, especially under Bartomeo's presidency. The focus shifted away from La Masia. Instead of nurturing homegrown talents, Bartomeu wanted to build a Galacticos-style team, similar to Real Madrid. This led to the ill-fated Barça 360 project, a data-driven approach that ignored the essence of football: player capability and mentality. The project cost Barcelona over $1 million and contributed to the club's financial crisis. In 2017, they sold Neymar for a record €222 million, but spent that money on big-name signings like Coutinho, Dembele, and Griezmann, players who didn't fit Barcelona's philosophy. From 2016 to 2021, only 3 La Masia players were promoted to the first team: Ansu Fati, Oscar Mingueza, and Riqui Puig. During this time, La Masia's talent level dropped so much that Barcelona couldn't produce legendary players like before. But then, Joan Laporta returned as president, and he made La Masia a priority once again. Now we're seeing the fruits of that decision with talents like Gavi, Pau Cubarsí, Marc Bernal, Marc Casado, Alejandro Balde, Fermín López, and the most exciting prospect of them all, Lamine Yamal. He is, without a doubt, the best player to come out of La Masia in the last 5 years. If you look at Barcelona's last game, 5 La Masia players were in the starting 11, and Barcelona won 7-0. This is no coincidence. La Masia is the reason Barcelona keeps producing world-class defenders, midfielders, and forwards. It's not luck. It's the hard work and wisdom of those who built the system that ensures Barcelona will always have young talents ready to step into the spotlight. La Masia is built in such a way that when a 5 or 7-year-old enters, within 10 years, they are ready for Barcelona's first team, mentally and physically prepared to perform at the highest level. So, this is the story of Barcelona and La Masia, the academy that has nurtured legends and will continue to do so for generations to come. As long as the philosophy of Lorenzo Luis and Johan Cruyff remains alive, Barcelona will always have the capability to conquer the football world. La Masia will never let Barcelona down. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Boogeyman Sports for more amazing content like this. Share this with your friends who love football, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Tell me, who's your favorite player from La Masia, apart from Lionel Messi? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.